Welcome back, everybody. We're here to pull cards for October the 13th. I am going to be pulling one card for each sign, along with one card for overall energy. And then we're going to combine those and look at what that means for each sign to have that combination coming up today. All right, so overall energy shows up as Justice. Now that's an interesting one. Justice does talk about evening things out, making things fair. This talks about a decision, a fair decision, especially when that card comes in upright. This is a fair decision. Somebody's looking at all of the information together to come up with this situation in a non-biased, non-judgmental type of way. This can be a legal decision. It can also be a decision made by an authority figure in the family or made by, say, like a union leader or a company representative type of thing. But some person of authority is making this decision. This could be us making a decision that impacts others. We'll have to wait and see how it plays out for us all. Doesn't have to be legal, though. Can be at a lower level, but still a fair decision that is has some um, consequences. All right. Okay, let's take a peek at what we get for each astrological sign. All right, look at this world card showing up. All right, so for Aries, this is telling me that somebody has made some type of decision for you that has some impact on your life, and it was the outcome that you were hoping for. So if some of you have court cases today, I don't even know what is today. Is it even a weekday? Yes. So if some of you have court cases today, this could come out very well for you. For others of you, this could be really any kind of decision where somebody is making a decision that impacts your life and it comes out the way that you hoped for it to come out. So we really, really, really like this. This is really nice for those of us with Aries placements. Taurus. Taurus. Two of Cups coming up in reverse. What's going on here? There is a decision that's being made that does impact you and your life or your lifestyle. I don't think you're very thrilled with this decision, even though it has been made in a fair way. I think that it's not the ideal that you were exactly hoping for. And it looks to me like it's going to take a little bit of time to adjust to the idea that, okay, this decision has been made and now I need to live with that. Let's look at Gemini. Gemini showing up as the Queen of Swords. Gemini, I think you're the decision maker today. You are looking at a situation and making this decision in the most fair way that makes the most sense for just logically. I think you're trying to leave feelings out of this decision. This is really just handling things in a very professional or business-like manner. All right. So who was that? That was Gemini. Next up, let's look at Cancer. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Cancer, there's something going on, I'm going to say around you today, where somebody is working on what their legacy is going to be. Some of you may be finding out that you have received something as a result of an inheritance, possibly. But that's going to be a small percentage of you. Some of you are going to be making decisions yourself as to what you're going to do with your legacy, who's going to inherit what. Some of you could be putting that type of information together today. This has a very legal feeling to it. So this doesn't even necessarily have to be about wills and legacies. This could even be deciding to sell the car or sell the home. Things that could potentially become a part of a legacy. You could be buying or selling. Okay. Same thing with stocks. With that Justice card, though, I think you're making this is a decision that's going to be in force for a while. Okay. So this isn't just, if you're a day trader and deciding to sell some stocks. No, this would be other types, more longer lasting investments than that. Okay. So making decisions around things like that. Some of you could be setting up trusts for your children today. Interesting stuff. But deciding who's going to get something of yours that is of actual value is what I feel like is going on here if I just want to sum that up in a few words. All right. So that was who? That was Cancers. Next up, let's look at Leo. Leos. Eight of Swords showing up in reverse. This is interesting. Okay, I don't know how many of you watch my videos from jail or from prison, but for some of you, you're getting, you're having a decision that talks about getting out of jail or getting out of prison. For others of you, this is more of a cerebral type of freedom that comes about as a result of a decision that somebody makes. Um, you could have really been holding yourself captive with overthinking and overanalysis about how things should be. And then whenever this decision comes down, then that sets you free from trying to think think it through and figure it out for yourself and think in circles. Looks to me like you've probably been trying to make this decision for yourself. And now that somebody else has made a decision along these same lines, you're kind of releasing yourself from thinking this through. You're allowing yourself to go with this decision that's been made in a fair and unbiased way and not have to think and rethink about whatever this is. But there's definitely at least a small percentage of you guys that are becoming free in a very tangible way because of this decision. Maybe even probation is over and it becomes final today. Uh, anything along those lines. Do, do, do. Now, of course, that's pretty specific. That particular example isn't going to apply to everybody, but definitely, um, I think for most of us, it's going to be about this idea of somebody has made a decision about this, so I don't have to keep thinking about it and make the decision and allowing ourselves to be free from that decision. Okay, so that's Leos. Let's move on to Virgos. Two of Wands showing up here for Virgos. Ba, ba, da, 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 ba, ba, da, da. What is happening here? Virgos, I think there's some type of decision being made that allows you some options or some choices about what direction you want to go from here. Okay. So this could be, once again, this could be like freedom from jail or from prison. I don't really feel that as much with this card as I did on the Leo card, but you definitely have options that until this legal decision was made, may not have been clearly available to you before. All right, so new options opening up. And, if somebody makes a legal decision, this could even be somebody that you're in a contract with. Maybe you have like a non-compete clause and you get this non-compete clause removed from that contract, something like that. It doesn't have to be, huge prison jail type of thing, but something that does give you more freedom once this decision has been made. Bum, ba-da-da-da. Let's look at Libra. Libras, I think that you are passing along information about a decision that has been made to somebody else. You may have made this decision and you're passing along information about this decision to somebody else. However, it doesn't have to be that you made this decision. I'm seeing you definitely as the messenger about this decision to other people, but, or at least one other person, but the decision could, in some cases, will have been made by yourself. In other cases, you're just passing along this news about a decision that somebody else made. Either way, you're the messenger. You're the one letting people know about this decision. Next up, we're looking at Scorpio. Ace of Wands. What's happening here? Scorpios, I think somebody's making some type of decision about a creative idea that we have here and about, if they are willing to move forward with us on that or in alignment with us on that creative idea. So let's say, for example, you want to start offering Reiki at a flea market. Then um, this would be the management at the flea market deciding if they're going to accept that type of booth at the flea market. The Reiki for the public would be the creative idea. This is them making the decision about, are we going ahead with that or not? And this is going to be a very fair decision, one where they look at everything from all angles before they make up their mind. And they are going to make up their mind, in what they feel like is the best interest of everybody, but especially the best interest of themselves, because of course they are human. And that's the thing about humans. We are, for the most part, selfishly motivated. Okay. So that's for Scorpio. Okay. Next up, we're looking at Sagittarius. Excuse me, I had to step away for a second there. Sagittarius, Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles in reverse. Boo-da-doo-doo-doo. Okay, so Sagittarius, I do think that somebody is making a decision that impacts you for a while. And I think that this decision is one that impacts your wallet in the type of way that makes it thinner rather than fatter. Okay. With the Justice card coming in right side up, I think this person tried to make this decision as fairly as they possibly could without any type of bias, but I don't really see it working out in your favor for your wallet here. Okay, so that was Sagittarius. Next up, we're looking at Capricorn. Moon card showing up in reverse. I like a moon in reverse better than right side up. Ba-ba-dee-da-da-da. So Capricorns, it looks to me like there is a decision that's made here, and it's made as fairly as it can possibly be made. I don't think you knew about this decision. I think somebody was trying to keep this decision under wraps as far as you were concerned. And I think you're finding out about this decision today. Okay. So this could be a lot of different things, but let's say for instance, let's say that you, as a child, inherited something and it wasn't something that was ever really discussed with you or talked about with you. Maybe you were too young to discuss it or talk about it. And now you're finding out, now that you're an adult, you're finding out that you inherited something as a child. That can be what's coming up, you know, things like that, that type of energy, some type of legal decision or long lasting decision with a lot of impact that was made that you were not aware of before. Now is coming up, popping straight up to the surface. Okay. And who was that? That was Capricorn. Next up, we're looking at Aquarius. Aquarius, Knight of Wands showing up in reverse. What's going on here? My Knight of Wands in reverse is kind of a squirrely person, to use an old term. They can have really strongly scattered energy. Okay, so that's starting to make sense now. Talking myself through this reading. So with that Knight of Wands showing up in reverse for you Aquarians, with Justice showing up in the overall energy, there is somebody who's making a decision that impacts your life and is going to have consequences for a while. With that Knight of Wands coming up as sort of the descriptor for this decision, this is telling me that this decision covers, it's a complicated decision. So it covers different scenarios and different instances. And so I think that whatever this decision is, um, it's going to be really important for you to make sure that you're familiar with all the details. Otherwise, there could be things that come up in this that surprise you later on. So it's important to familiarize with the details right now so that you know what you're working with this decision here. All right, next up, let's look at Pisces. Pisces, Ace of Swords. Didn't you get this yesterday? Different overall energy, though. So a new epiphany, a new understanding coming in today. This is a new understanding about something that somebody is making a decision about that impacts you. I think it feels to me like that new understanding that you're having is about the way that this person is looking at the situation, where you may not have known exactly what viewpoint they were looking at this situation from before, or maybe you had an idea that you thought was pretty close to accurate, and now you're realizing, wait, that's not really it. It's more like this. So, a new understanding about this decision that has been made in a fair and just way is what's coming in for you today. Okay. So thank you guys very much for being here. I would love to hear feedback on how some of these situations actually manifest. So if you want to leave those in the comments, that would be fantastic. And of course, don't forget to put a thumbs up on the video and share it with others as well. Everyone have a fantastic day. Peace out.